Hi, this is Jonas with Seirra Fish and Pet, and I want to talk to you about one of our new vendor affiliates, Lifetime Aquariums. As you see here, we have 110 high, one of their aquariums here on a nice black stand. This is a new vendor that we started dealing with. I really like the vendor support that they offer us. So whether you purchase directly from them, they have a website that's called Customaquariums.com, or they steer you towards us. You're going to be able to see some great aquariums in our store and also online. They seem to have a great aquarium, a couple different divisions to their companies. They not only do an aquarium, but they also do custom cages. So anybody out there looking for a reptile enclosure, a snake enclosure, these guys are doing some fantastic, either basic or really elaborate enclosures. So first thing I'll talk to you about is how the tank came. The tank came completely crated up. It was fantastic packaging. I don't know if it's different whether it gets shipped directly to a consumer or to us, the vendor, but their crating was absolutely fantastic. There was a large crate, held not only the tank, but the stand and also the sump on the inside. It was very professionally done with a bunch of 2x4s and a bunch of bracing around there. In no way can I see any damage possibly occurring to the aquarium, but unfortunately things can obviously happen, so there is a policy for you to accept the aquariums and make sure you take all the crating off and examine the aquariums there. So the first impression I had was fantastic on their crating and their shipping to us. The other first impression I'd like to say is about their stand and also their canopy. I will say that the website probably did not do it justice in the quality of the standing canopy. When I first got it, I thought it was going to be more like just a pine panel type stand. As we know in the aquarium industry, we kind of have what's called aquarium stands, or almost like furniture pieces for the homes. So I was really impressed by the quality of this furniture in both the stand and the canopy. It's definitely not the fanciest that I've seen, but it's reasonably priced. They do some little features like the raised panels here, sunken in panels here, and it's just really nice quality there. The other thing that drew me to this company was a couple of patented devices that they run on their aquariums exclusively. The first one I'll show you is what's called the H2 overflow. That's that overflow that you see back there. We'll show you a little bit more later on with some plumbing aspects. This was what drew me initially to this company and to this aquarium in particular. This is different than most overflows. This basically has a graded screen on the top and is simply drilled out the back and allows you to drain your water down below and not having any bulky overflow boxes in your tank. It takes up a lot less room, plus the amount of GPH or gallons per hour it can pull is significant compared to standard overflow boxes that you would see in either acrylic or glass aquariums. Again, this is a patented technology that Customaquariums and Lifetime Aquariums does have. But basically it pulls water in just like any standard overflow. Notice that there's a couple different grommets that you put in there depending on the gallons per hour of your pump to help with the noise factor of it. And the water comes down into your sump down below. So that was one thing that drew me to this aquarium. The second thing was their siphon stoppers. Siphon stoppers is their patented technology at the top of the aquarium, and it makes it to where your exports for your water pump, or where the water is coming into the aquarium, can be significantly below the water level. And the reason they do that, or how they do that, is if you look at the very top, there seems to be these little jets that will continuously pour water out of the return lines. But in the case of a power outage, which we've all experienced, these lines will then break the siphon much quicker, so hence the name siphon stopper. Really encouraged me because it seems like you can get some better water flow all throughout the aquarium, and specifically in lower parts of the aquarium. As you can see, this is a taller aquarium, so that water flow will come in handy long term. So those were the things that really drew me to this aquarium. And let me go grab the keys to the stand, and we'll open it up down below and kind of take a look at the sump and go over that, and later on we'll set up this aquarium. Got the stand opened up. Another cool feature, like I said, with this stand is that they do offer locking mechanisms with it. So for retail purposes, that's kind of a nice feature. So we got the stand opened up, and it exposes what's called their seamless sump. I must admit, being in the aquarium industry for a long time, I was a little bit sketchy about something that looked like it was made just out of plastic. But once I opened up the stand and was able to examine the sump, I realized this isn't just any Tupperware Rubbermaid container. This is solid ABS, extremely thick. So instead of dealing with acrylic and the chance of leaking sumps that I've had happen many times over the years, this seems like this is going to be a great option for us. One other cool thing I like is that everything's already installed. So when we ordered this tank, it basically comes soup to nuts. Everything is installed, the UV sterilizer, pumps are installed, return lines are installed. All you got to do is plug up the drain, do the return lines, and you're basically ready to plug and play. Another cool feature is they actually add their surge protector right to the top. So I don't know how many times I've been out to aquarium installs and I've spent half an hour to an hour just trying to mount a surge protector. This was a nice feature because it's all already mounted solidly to the top of the stand. It's out of the way, no restrictions. Plus, it's got numerous things to plug in. So again, I can't count how many times I've had to do 2-3 times to the hardware store picking up an extra surge protector because I thought I didn't have, or thought I had too many things to plug in, and realized I need more things to plug in and had to get another surge protector. So it's a really cool feature that they do with this stand. So let's see how the sump runs. First of all, coming from the top, this is going to be your drain tube that we install. But the drain tube is going to come down and it will hook right into the top of the first baffle, or first area right here, first chamber. So the first chamber has a little grommet on top that we hook up the drain down, and it goes into some easy accessible micron socks right here. Everybody in the aquarium industries know or have seen these type of micron socks. They're just a standard 4-inch micro sock that you can get anywhere. Obviously we have different microns which are nice. But those work really well as your main chemical filter, or I'm sorry, mechanical filtration, trap that large debris. So as this guy fills up, I assume that it's going to work kind of like a bubble baffle. So the water is going to travel down. You're going to reduce some of the noise because this chamber should be filled all the way with water. Then it travels over into the biological and chemical chamber. So the second chamber here is going to feature their little containers that are going to have Purigen and then also biomedia in each of the chambers. Now the chambers aren't filled right now. We'll show you the biomedia. The seamless sump biomedia is a ceramic type media that seems like it's going to work really well. That seems kind of nice and porous, but that it wouldn't trap much debris. Obviously being spherical, you're going to have more surface area in contact with the water. That seems really nice. So with this seamless sump, the water will then travel down through a baffle into the second chamber, which is going to be your return chamber. And again, these pumps already hooked up, really cool, ready to go. They feature the Seirra, Seirra. I believe these guys are just 2.0s, I want to say. Yep, 2.0s, so about 568 GPH for each. There's 2 of them, one of them running through a UV sterilizer back up to the tank, and the other one exclusively running right back up to the tank. The very last baffle is a cool feature, and it's an optional feature. So anybody that's obviously into saltwater aquariums knows about refugiums or larger skimmer chambers. That's what these guys can be used for. Since we're going to probably set this up as a freshwater, we're just going to use it as a top-off reservoir. So this is going to be a reservoir that's filled with water that as this level goes down, it will naturally fill and equalize the area. So it's kind of a nice feature that it helps top off the water, so we're not worrying about the cavitating pumps introducing air into the aquarium and constantly having to top off every day. So very impressed with the sump. Like I said, I was probably the first one that was a little bit skeptical when I saw the pictures, thinking that it was just going to be made out of Rubbermaid or plastic. But once I opened up the stand and realized, man, these are heavy duty, these are solid, chances of leaking is slim to none. Everything comes installed, it looks sleek, looks easy to use, looks easy to maintain. Very impressed and definitely giving it 2 thumbs up. So now let's see about hooking this bad boy up, getting the water filled in it, and get some fish in here.